please ask the whole jury questions, and we'll try and answer them as accurately as possible. I think, having been lucky enough to be on many juries in my career, I think this was actually probably the most enjoyable jury I've sat on, and probably the most vocal and transparent jury. I think that was the advantage of being a small, intimate jury, which was, and I think the best work absolutely rose to the top, and everybody wants people to define what titanium is, and it's a category that we think is evolving every year, and we hope the jury takes it on further next year. But we're proud of the winners. We think the winners demonstrate that our industry is moving forward. We think, titanium, as we define it, is ideas that, and I think Susan said it best. She said ideas that create a movement, and that movement can be for change, or it can be to sacrifice your friends on Facebook, but something that creates a movement where you want to participate, an idea that's bigger than just a disposable idea. And integrated was, we were trying to celebrate those great ideas that were made better by all the multiple touch points, that were fantastic. They just embraced all the different mediums, but it made one strong campaign that was actually made better by everything. But it was a really good jury, and we are proud of our choices. So I don't know if anybody wants to ask.
I think you've just answered everything.
All right. So we're done. See you later.
It's a public service campaign, and traditionally, public service campaign doesn't qualify for a Prix. But we all decided that Obama is a brand. It's a brand campaign, and it's a campaign which, for the first time, consumer co-created a brand together with the brand owner. So it was something which advertising industry cannot ignore, and it's purely a brand campaign, and that's the reason it was awarded the Grand Prix.
I think we've all seen political campaigns in our lives in all our countries, and it's probably something we've always sniggered about because we've thought it's always been formulaic, and I don't think political advertising will ever be the same again. And isn't that sort of what the titanium is meant to do? It's meant to make things better and make everyone look at what they do slightly different, and I think it will change the way people do political advertising. I think it's worth noting that we were, as a jury, we discussed, we did separate the man from the campaign, so this wasn't a vote for the man, okay? This was a rational conversation we had. This wasn't an emotional conversation. We were able to separate the man from the thinking, and I think it's important to note that.
Although we are going to get another copy of the award and send it to George Bush.
We wanted to give him an honorary vote. He helped a lot.
As far as what we were actually awarding, I think it was more the organising idea. I mean, we kind of described it that the Obama campaign kind of drew the outline and other people filled in the spaces, and that was I think that's what certainly drove it towards the titanium and led it to get the integrated as well.
Because there will never be another political campaign that doesn't use the tools that they started. That's the award, is this understanding this new medium.
Just looking at the Obama campaign and what you guys are talking about in terms of movement, and looking at Cannes in terms of creativity, I mean, it seems more a lot about execution and being novel, I think, for maybe a political campaign. Can you talk about it a little bit more in the context of creativity, or did you see it, it is a brand, you had some great logos, you did. So could you just talk a little bit more about it in terms of the creative context?
Well, I think that, we weren't drilling down to, every single element of the campaign, because there was literally hundreds of thousands, but it was the thinking in the beginning and how they employed that strategy. That was a very big idea, that they resisted many cliches, and sometimes they embraced some of the cliches, but they also, as someone mentioned before, their idea was, the way they tackled new media was second to none. I think the way they turned it from being a one-dimensional sort of campaign that's coming out from them to everybody, and turned it into something that the whole country could actually contribute to, add to, and make it part of their campaign. We thought that was a fantastic idea.
Like all great advertising is designed to obliterate the competition, and I think in this case that's what happened through that creativity, because the competition didn't use the same communication skills, and frankly, that's a real checkbox.